Hello everybody. We're out for a 2-night camp, carlisle195. Just got to the rendezvous point. Just having a little sit and a rest before we set off. There's John's rucksack.
My food bag and my chainsaw.
Epic. And I'm on cake duty. Here we are at the tunnel. Well, we've been here for I don't know, maybe about an hour and a half. We've got a nice big fire going. We've got setup. It's John's setup in there. My setup over there. Using some fancy jiggery I made for my tarp. I'll show you that tomorrow. And yeah, John's got a nice seating area with walls round it built. We've got a nice little bench, proper sturdy, stable bench. But you'll see all this tomorrow. The main thing is big fire. Some nice burgers there. Can't wait to eat these. Hello everybody. I've had a really good night. Been up now for maybe about 2 hours. Just been sitting enjoying a little bit of the fire and having a coffee. Yeah, it was a really good night. It was a cold night, got down to about -3. But my underquilt performed fantastically and my sleeping bag and everything. My setup over here. If you can notice, I've made myself some pull-outs. They're really handy. It's got it attached to a bit of short cord, bit of paracord, sorry, not short cord. And all they are is the cut off top. You can see that. It's the cut off top of a vitamin tablet bottle. I've got 4 of them. And they screw onto the fabric. So you screw that side on from there. And that side on from there. There's a little bit of paracord just goes through the hole in the top capsule, and there's a knot tied on the other side. And gives you loads of extra room underneath the tarp. Don't know whether you'll quite be able to tell how much room there is in there. Just stops the sides from getting blown down on your face and things. It's really good. We had a good night last night. Did a good bit of building. John got this fire reflector, heat reflector sorted out. We made a nice bench. Dug those 2 logs into the ground a little bit, and then with the chainsaw cut grooves in them to seat that top log in. Made this little lean-to. I'll finish that off later on today. Finish off the back of it and put a couple more logs across there for extend the seat out a little bit. That's really good. Just gonna have a little wander down there, and then I'll shoot back this way and show you the scene. There you go. That's our little camp. A little riverbank camp. It's really nice. The bank goes down onto the beach. The river's over there. The river's a lot lower than it has been for quite a long time now. It's the lowest I've seen it since Maybe back in the summer. Really like this camp. It's a bit exposed for wind, but tonight I'm going to put the ends of my tarp into storm mode and close them in, so it should stop the wind. John's over there getting firewood. Off behind those trees. John's got an epic breakfast on the go for us. Some nice thick bacon. Boiling off some water for a coffee. And some bacon cheese rolls. Another brew. As you can see, we've got the fire livened up. Oh, we needed it this morning. I think it was only about 1 or 2 degrees when I woke up at about 9 o'clock this morning. Pretty cold.
It's a bit burnt, that one.
Ah, well, I don't mind. Adds to the flavour. Second round of bacon cheese rolls. Oh yes. Very nice. Cappuccino. Also very nice. Oh. Didn't get a chance to show you the first one because I ate it in like 13 seconds. Oh. Well, there's the view of the river. Pretty much the view I can see out the end of my tarp in the morning. Only thing is there's a railway over there. Not that there's many trains late at night, but they were working on the track at about 2 in the morning, but we weren't to sleep until about 4 in the morning with working away and stuff. Anyway, the camp has changed quite a bit. We took down the lean-to. I'll take you in for a little walk around. Got the fire with the massive fire deflector, heat reflector and windbreak. So without it you just get smoke right in your face. My hammock set up there. And the back from the lean-to we've turned into kind of like a partial screen wall. We're gonna build more stuff up against it later on. And in here, next to the fire, we've got John's awesome bench, which is, it's just like having a nice park bench to sit on. It's really comfortable. It makes all the difference having something to lean your back up against, it really does. And yeah, we just kind of like piled in stuff at the back. It's all quite secure. It just stops you getting a draft in on your back, getting cold. John's got one of his many tarps up over the top of it.
Many tarps.
Yeah, it's a really good little spot to sit. And there's the view from the seat. It's a really nice little place, right next to the river. Well, the outdoor living room, the Riverside Hotel, just gets better and better. We've moved the fire over a little bit so that the heat's directed more at our nice sofa. Got the tarp pitched a bit steeper at the back for when it rains later on. It's really good. I thought I'd show you these pullouts again on my tarp. Now I've got it closed down in storm mode on this end. It's got these loops tied together with a little wooden toggle. But yeah, basically they screw on to the tarp from both sides. Just put one hand in one side, the other hand in the other side, and just screw them together. And there's just a big knot tied on the other side of this hole. And that, you know, you can get a good bit of tension on it. I wouldn't suggest keeping them on the tarp, and I wouldn't suggest putting them in the same place every time. I'd move them around a bit just so that it doesn't stress the fabric too much, but you know, over time. But for a couple of nights, one time, it works pretty well. And it does give you a lot of extra space inside. I mean, it's not like I was getting slapped in the face by my tarp in the first place when the wind was blowing, but you know, when you're walking about and when you're reaching for your gear and stuff, it does kind of affect how much headroom you have. Whereas now, you can see how much it pulls it out at the corners. So if you think of an A-frame, it would just go straight from that point right up to the ridge, and the same on that side. Whereas I've got all this extra space here. Very happy with it. Some nice gammon steaks. Looking mighty tasty. I think that's going with some spaghetti carbonara. Nice lunch. Very tasty. Looking very tasty. Chocolate sponge pudding, custard. Very nice. Well, we've just been on a big mission. John's sawed up loads of dry, dead driftwood, like not just little bits of driftwood either, like whole trees that had been washed up by the floods. And yeah, it's all split up now. Split it all with the axe. Massive big fire going, it's absolutely raging. Got a little pile of wood over there left to go on, nicely split up. It's just really dry and really light.
Burning like a dream.
It is that. John used his chainsaw, made a Swedish fire log. We lit it up with wax discs and just some chopped up bits of the exact same type of wood that this log is. As you can see, it's absolutely blazing. The wind's blowing quite a bit at the moment as well, which is, well, as you can see, it's completely turbocharging the flames. Got a zebra tin of water on there. Gonna have a brew. Really shouldn't take long to boil the water. The amount of heat that's coming off this thing's ridiculous. Well, it's literally been like 3-4 minutes. We've got a rolling boil. This is an absolute furnace, this Swedish fire log. Fantastic. Well, as you can hear, it's chucking it down. It's been chucking it down for about an hour now. It's supposed to last until late morning tomorrow, so wet night, but we've all got tarps up, tarp over the seat, and a big fire, so it's all good. Look at those for some mean steaks. A nice steak and macaroni cheese for dinner. Nearly boiled my face off getting close to this fire. The steaks are done. Looking really nice. Oh, very good. As you can probably hear, it's still chucking it down. And the wind's getting quite strong as well. But dinner is served, so none of that matters. And here we have the pièce de résistance. Oh, cakey goodness. I'm just standing getting as much of this amazing heat in me as I can. Just try to absorb as much of it as possible before I go and get in my hammock. So nice. And this is what I woke up to this morning. Considering the river used to be right over there, where those bushes are, it's come up a lot in one night. Well, there's a shot of it again now that there's a bit more light. It's only about 7:30 in the morning when I was filming just before. But that's how close the river is to our shelter that we built. It was a good 25 to 50 yards away yesterday. John's just got a little fire going, just make some coffee in the morning. I'm going to be packing up and going pretty much. There's my bag all packed up. Hammock spot's empty. John's completely packed up. Loved building this shelter and helping John and making the bench and everything. Hope you all enjoyed this video. I'm away back home over that way.